Chapter 6, Sadies Secrets. It's a brand new day on Vermilion Lane, but you can't help reliving the events of Valerie's wake as you stare out your window. The things I overheard there. Mr. Mayor, it's so big. It's cringe is what it is. Those 12 seconds have scarred me for life, and they're not even the worst of it. We obviously don't have anything to worry about anymore. The woman's dead. You have a point. I take it things are going as planned, then. Thanks for the HOA minutes, darling. Whenever, wherever you are now, I hope you're wishing Vermilion Lane's next president luck. Sadie's definitely a thief, and her connection to the mayor, right? Is shady as hell, but would she resort to murder? Sadie must... I've been tired of living in Valerie's shadow. You think back to when you first met Sadie and how quickly Valerie was to put her in her place. I can see why she hasn't shed any tears. Valerie treated her horribly. She must have decided it was time to strike back. Why can't I just drop this and move on? It's not like Valerie was some lifelong friend of mine. You look out your window, finding your answer as you catch sight of Charles bringing in the mail across the street. He's why. He's already lost so much, and now Sadie's accusing him of murder. I need to find out what Sadie's hiding for Charles. But you're hit with a pang of insecurity as you watch him disappear back into his house, shutting the door behind him. After a talk at the wake, it's obvious he's still grieving for the loss of his wife. Am I fooling myself thinking there's a future for us? I need to focus on finding Valerie's killer. Uncovering who killed Valerie will leave Charles free to move on and start fresh, even if that isn't with me. All of a sudden, a car screeches down the hill with Sadie, hauling ass in her candy red convertible, top down and hair streaming behind her. As her locks fly in the wind, you raise a brow and begin to flesh out the genesis of an idea. With her heading to town, her house is about to become very, very lonely. Mission Clear Charles's name starts now. Grab your keys and start to head out when you catch your reflection in the mirror. What am I thinking? This town is like population 9. There's no way I can sneak into Sadie's house without getting recognized. You sift quickly through your closet for a minute, when suddenly you spot something and smile, but nobody would think twice about Sadie walking in her own house. You change into a fitted skirt, revealing top, a la Sadie, completing the look by tossing a coat over your shoulder and using the collar to hide your hair. Listen, she's blonde, you're brunette. No, stop. Love what you've done with the landscaping, but that garage door, it isn't up to code. Damn, I even make Sadie look good. No. You confidently strut the sidewalk to her house and remind yourself to stay in character. Walk like her, talk like her, you are her. Suddenly someone catcalls you from behind. Babe, I thought you said you wouldn't be home today. Crap. You turn around just enough to get a glimpse of the guy. He's handsome, dressed in a suit and tie. Well, he's better looking and younger than the mayor, at least. You turn around before the guy can see your face, clearing your throat. You ready yourself to do your best. Clap back. Sweetie, you know I have a name, and it's not Babe. I'm on my lunch break. Invite me in and I'll call you anything you want. Take a number. You're breaking my heart. You told me I was your number 1. I did. She did. It's nice to set goals for yourself. Toodles! You continue towards her house, watching out of the corner of your eye as the catcaller leaves, dejected. You reach your porch without further incident and can't help a smug smile. Piece of cake. This is going even better than I thought. But the wrench in your palm reveals itself as you pull on the handle of the front door and find it locked. Okay, I guess I didn't really think this whole thing through. How am I gonna get inside? I have to Search for a spare key. You literally break in. No. You make sure no nosy neighbors are peering out of their windows before covertly checking beneath a welcome mat. Nothing. If I were a key, where would she keep me? Turning around, you spot a row of planters near her driveway and smirk. Sadie probably thinks she's so clever. You start to lift a potted plant when a voice cuts in. Looking for this. Charles. Charles stands behind you, dangling a key in his hand, his lips curled into a sumptuous smirk. Do you want to tell me what you're doing here? I could ask you the same question. What business could you possibly have with Sadie? And with her house key? I'm doing work on her shed. She was kind enough to leave me a spare key in case I needed to use the restroom. He steps closer, bringing the musky scent of his cologne with him. Your eyes travel to the fine beads of sweat along his hairline. Right there that says he ain't a killer, because why would you leave a spare house key to a guy who possibly might kill you? I'm just saying. Nice try changing the subject, by the way. Are you gonna tell me what you're doing here? Fine. I saw her driving into town. I thought it would be a perfect time to find out more about what she and the mayor, Wright, are hiding. Ah, that explains the disguise. Do you like it? Your body warms as his eyes make a slow trek down before traveling back up. I do, almost as much as I like seeing you play rookie detective. And if the rookie detective needs a partner, I do have a key. I like the way you think, partner. Inside, you find a self-portrait of her hanging over the fireplace. Charles chuckles, resting a hand on your back as he stops beside you. She has one above her bed, too. Again, how would you know these things? How would you know? He smirks, enjoying the streak of jealousy in your voice. His fingers slide teasingly off your back as he keeps walking. She had a water leak upstairs that I fixed 2 months ago. Aren't you the perfect handyman? You follow him into the kitchen, where you spot a wad of cash on the counter. Charles casually takes the cash and stuffs it in his pocket. Hey, isn't that, like, illegal? More illegal than breaking and entering. Well, isn't breaking and entering if you use the key? The cash is my fee for the shed. That makes a lot more sense. You spot a glass of lemonade near the cash was, and you grow a tad annoyed. Let me guess, homemade freshly squeezed lemonade is her idea of a tip? I think it's actually store-bought. He downs the glass, throat bobbing before fixing you with a heated stare as he licks the corner of his lips. But before you can come up with a response, you hear the front door swing open. No! You instinctively jump towards Charles, who embraces the closeness and wraps his arms around you as a voice filters in from the living room. Don't worry, sent the housekeeper home early. We have this place all to ourselves. I love the way you think. Charles leans in, putting you cheek to cheek and whispers in your ear. Sounds like Sadie's with her pool boy. Oh my god, this woman really gets around. Let me guess, he's young and abtastic. Is that what you're into? No, but anything that walks, Sadie would breed with. The only thing I'm into is the man I'm looking at. How about something refreshing to drink? I just made a batch of lemonade, freshly squeezed. Yeah, bullshit. You read my mind. Run. You grab Charles's hand and dart for the first place you can see, the stairs leading to the second floor. Don't all the good detectives know not to trap yourselves on the upper floors when breaking and entering? Shh. Forget the drink. I can't wait any longer. He freezes the pool boy, pushes her up against the living room wall and kisses her. She lets out a sensual moan. Oh, how I look forward to our weekly appointments, Vince. As they haphazardly stumble their way towards the stairs, Charles squeezes your hand and pulls you away. Here. In what seems like a flash, he leads you through a bedroom and into a closet. All good detectives hide in one, apparently. You bump up against him as you try to turn to face him, realizing just how cozy your quarters are. It's a bit of a tight fit, but I was thinking on my toes. Charles, what exactly were you thinking about? You and me in such close proximity. I think I can come up with something. But at the moment, Sadie and Vince burst into the bedroom. He gasped, jumping closer to Charles, who brings his fingers up to his lips. You want to do it in the bedroom this time? Why not? It's a classic for a reason. He helps turn you around so the two of you can sneak a peek through the slightly ajar gap in the door. Show me those muscles, big boy. These are all for you, babe. Oh my god. Recent events led me to believe you have a thing for voyeurism. Charles' breath hits the back of your neck, and you become starkly aware of his toned chest pressed to your back. You swear he presses even closer as the sounds of the bedroom grow more enthusiastic. You hear Vince spank Sadie, who squeals. Oh, God, this is... You know, it always gets me going when you're loud. Stop talking and take me. The bed creaks back and forth as Vincent takes Sadie from behind, pulling her hair and making her moan. Oh my god, this is really happening. I know. Is there a bucket to puke in? Charles, I can't believe I'm getting turned... Yeah, no, this is torture, let's be honest. Charles lets out a sensual growl as his hands slowly travel from your shoulders down your hips. He puts his lips to your ear and whispers, "Pretend that we're the ones making the bed creak instead." You close your eyes and let your mind savor the visual, imagining Charles on top of you as he thrusts feverishly into you from behind. My mouth exploring your body, my hands taking over. Charles ever so gently licks the back of your neck with the tip of his tongue, and you shiver, core tingling and becoming slick with need. Atta girl. His whisper makes your breath catch, and as you push your hips back against him, you're desperate to let him quench your thirst. The word cringe comes to mind. Charles, we can't. It's too risky. Charles moves away, and you try to ignore the sounds of Sadie riding Vince outside the closet and Charles' overwhelming presence inside of it. Now it's my turn to be in control. Yes, babe, do whatever you want to me. Oh god, please let this end. I'm pretty sure we're all there right now. Oh, finally Vince and Sadie fall back onto the bed, spent. After several torturous moments of heavy breathing, Vince grins at Sadie. I think I can go for that ice-cold lemonade now. I suppose you've earned it. Once they've gotten dressed and trekked downstairs, you finally let yourself fully exhale and hurriedly leave the confines of the closet. Alright, so now that the coast is clear, we need to search the room. We're looking for evidence tying Sadie to Mayor Wright. I still can't believe I never noticed there was something going on with those two. Consider the way I found out. Be glad you never noticed. The two of you scan the room, debating where to start. Charles pointedly glances over the nightstand and smiles. Should we start there? It worked for you before. Okay, not funny. But yes, nightstands always have the goods. I mean, she's not wrong. You look through the top drawer and sift through the papers before coming across a photo of Sadie with an elderly man leaning on a cane. Must be her grandfather, that's not helpful. Or her prior spouse. Oh my god, I was right. That isn't Sadie's grandfather, it's her late husband. Her husband? Is there anyone Sadie won't do? He's more than twice her age. What could they possibly have in common? I mean, it's not for us to judge, I'm just gonna say it. I don't think she married him for their mutual interest. She's been living comfortably off the inheritance ever since his quick passing. I'm sure it's a total coincidence she married him when he had 1 foot already in the grave. It's clear from her marriage and her fling with the mayor, right, that Sadie has a type. I bet she killed Valerie to get her hands on the mayor's money. If Sadie does have a thing for older men, then how do you explain Vince the pool boy? That's just the need for Bounce Chicka Wow Wow, dude. Come on. Vince is young, fun, he'll do anything for a one-night stand. Long term, our dear Sadie is a straight-up gold digger. You put the photo back in the drawer, glance around the room, when suddenly your eyes fixate on a journal left out on the vanity. Little black book. You retrieve it from the vanity and flip to the first page. Henry Bayer, 30, March 20, 2002, single bartender, great eyes, mediocre in bed. Scan the page to see other men and dates listed. What the hell is this? This would be her body count book. You flip through the book, fascinated by what you're reading. This is information on every man she's ever dated. Look at this, it dates back as far as her early 20s. She dated men around her age at first, but by the time she was 30, well, you get the idea. Charles reads over your shoulder, reaching around you to point out a few notations on the current page. What do those asterisks mean? That they're all wealthy. She notes all of their salaries and or ties to family money. Noah West, 84, CEO of a Fortune 500 company. Sadie is exactly who I pegged her to be. Money does ugly things to people. She even noted that she disqualified people. She passed on already married, battling an addiction, or who might force a prenup. Apparently she's dropping already married from her deal breakers these days. Look up her late husband, Jerry Hotchmitch. You scan through the pages before coming up on his name, circled several times in red. You read the notes by his name out aloud. Rich, single, no kids to fight for estate, easy mark. The book is literal proof that Sadie's been on the hunt for a rich spouse so she can use them for their money. The list doesn't even end there. There are more entries after her husband's death. Are you in here? I hope not. You quickly scan the page to make sure, releasing a sigh when you don't find him. I guess you're off the hook. That's because he's just a man with a kid. Oh, keep in mind he has a daughter. And, like, he's just, what is it, maintenance? He just does, like, normal work. He's not Fortune 500. I don't exactly fit into the six-figure criteria or the disturbingly geriatric one. But look, Vince is in here. Vince Zhang, 21-year-old pool boy, potential trophy husband if he can land a six-figure position. Loyal to a fault, but needy. Wow. She is so superficial. Vince seems to actually be into her, and all she cares about is manipulating him and with someone with money and clout. I wouldn't jump to paint Vince as a victim. He could be in it for his own reasons, too. Just then your eyes snag on Mayor Wright's name. Benjamin Wright, 72, off the table, lacks the spine to leave Valerie. Claims divorcing Valerie and marrying me is political suicide. As harsh as it is, it's true. His reputation as a public figure would have taken a nosedive. But it's odd. Sadie seems unusually bitter about the fact that Mayor Wright was off the table. Could she have actual feelings for him? Well, that or she can't use him, and because Valerie was in the way of her, she got rid of Valerie so she could use him. Absolutely not. I promise you, Sadie only loves herself. She was just looking for the title of Oak Valley First Lady and the power it'd give her. Having reached the end of her list, you close the book and toss it back on the vanity. Good work, but we better get out of here before we overstay our welcome any longer. Agreed. The last thing I want is to be stuck here again when they come back up for another session. But what? That's another option for a diamond choice that Pixelberry could do. You and Charles quietly sneak downstairs, but as you near the living room, you overhear Sadie and Vince kicking off a round two. Now that we've quenched your thirst, I'm gonna get thirst of my own. Say no more. Not again. Right there. Yeah. Yes. Let's get out of here while we can. Fair enough. Follow me. Charles leads you through the kitchen and out the back door. As you and Charles walk back towards Down Street, he casually takes your hand and laces your fingers together, making your heart leap. So tell me, partner, are you satisfied with what we've uncovered? I'm satisfied we didn't get caught. Though I didn't need to know what was going on between Sadie and her pool boy. Then they hear an argument coming from across the street. I can't take this craziness anymore. Allison? Who's she arguing with? I'm so tired of you calling me crazy. Exchanging a glance, you and Charles approach cautiously, trying to get a glimpse of the woman Allison Barney is arguing with. You're right, crazy isn't the word. What you're doing is borderline sick. I'm so stupid for thinking you might just understand. You can hardly believe your eyes as Valerie, look-alike, shoves past Allison and storms off in your direction. Charles, am I seeing things, or does that look exactly like... Valerie, right. I know, but it isn't. That's Allison's twin sister, Alicia. The sun glints off of something pinned to Allison's chest. Valerie's HOA brooch. What the hell's going on? Why do we care? I'm serious. I want to move already. Without further ado, thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know. Let me know what you thought of this chapter. Oh, man. Like, if you watch this whole video, right? You got to this point, I have a question for you. I have to see how intuitive you are, okay? Alright, so I'm not even going to comment on this chapter. I want you to guess and tell me in the comment section how you think I feel right now. I want you to try and read me, okay? That's it. That's all I want from you, okay? Think back to how I started reading this chapter and how I ended this chapter. I just gave you the biggest hint in the world, okay? I want to see how good you are, though, okay? Without further ado, thank you all for watching. This was short. Bye.